Welcome back, football fans, to the channel. There's me looking a little bit confused. There was a lot of echo in that last video, wasn't there? I've got a new place, you see. This is the old condo. I'm in the process of moving. The green screen isn't here anymore, so that's why you've got me in this little rectangle. But this previous video, we looked at a double. It came in, it flew in, and we'll just check. I mean, you can see there, Bayern under 19s. Let me just show you the results. 7-2 was the score in this game. And it was 1.9 pre-match for over 2.5 goals. That's pretty crazy, but it's why the trends page is so good at what it does. It obviously, you know, I always say this, it requires further investigation, as we do on these videos together. But that was one of the games. That was the foundation of the double. The odds were 2.85, 7-2. 1.9 for over 2.5 goals, and you could see it was, I think it was 11 out of 12 games, was it? Yeah, for Bayern Munich under 19s. And then the other game was this one, 3-2 full time in the United Arab Emirates. So that double absolutely flew in, as did the other double that was mentioned. I mean, there was quite a few of these doubles that won, to be fair, and the idea of the previous video was to increase the bankroll by 10%, and I think we went past that, way past that. The one that I actually stopped and looked at was this one here. Jong Ajax versus Jong AZ and Scott Mains over 2.5 goals, 2.16, and you can see this one was 7-0. Again, we're working with the probability model for the bet slip generator, so it's really, really handy to be able to lean on those values. As I said in the previous video, it is the probability model that has powered the value betting on OddAlerts for the last 3 years, so very, very good to be able to lean on that. That doesn't mean you can go and use a bet slip generator and generate, you know, a tenfold and it's going to win. Some people have, by the way, but that's beside the point. You have to understand the probability. That's why I'm going to be making some changes to the UI this next week, which sort of color codes the bet slips for you based on probability, because I want this tool to provide winners, yes, but I also want it to educate on probability, because if you're putting on a 40-50 to 1, you know, the chances are it's not going to win. So just stop doing it, split up your bets, doubles at a max, trebles if you absolutely have to. And yeah, let's now get onto the core thing that I wanted to do in this video, which is create a couple of quick filters for you. One for goals and one for home victories. So without further ado, this was a bit of a longer intro. Let's get right into it. I just realised you were looking at my ugly mug whilst I was talking then. So the first quick filter we're going to create is going to be for home wins. I'm recording this on Sunday, so we will go day by day. We'll say teams that have played 10 or more games. I'm hoping we get some South American games there kicking into action now. A lot of European leagues are coming to an end, and you can actually filter for league progress both on quick filters and on value bets, which is quite important for value bets, actually. Quite handy to do so, because you do obviously, you know, in those final weeks of the season, you get some strange results, shall we say. Teams that are on, you know, holiday mode, they've got the flip-flops on already. So again, you know, like I said at the start of the video, we can lean on the probability model here. We can say, let's go 55%, so we're expecting implied odds of under evens. And we are then going to add in some stats as well. So the away team, in terms of goals conceded, let's say they've conceded in every single one of the last 10 games. And we can do that by setting this to 100% out of 100%, which is essentially 100%, 10 out of the 10 games. You can click search right now if you want and create a shortlist that you then go in and investigate further. I recommend doing that sometimes, just so if you're new to filters, for example, so you can then just look at some teams and think, oh, I've just noticed that this team has not scored in the last couple of games, and you might want to add that for the home team as well. In terms of goals scored on average, maybe you can say at home it is 1.9 or more for their home form all season. And then again for the home team, we could maybe say that they have scored, we can qualify that they have scored in, let's go 80% for them in the last 10 games. I'm going to hit search. It's going to show me Sunday's games because I'm recording this on Sunday, but I expect this to go out on Monday. So, you know, take a look at these games. You're from the future. How did they do? Is there any big games here? We've got a game in the Thai Premier League, got a game in the Eredivisie, 3rd against 17th, and you can see that it is mostly a higher position team against a lower position team, given the stats and the probability model and everything. You would expect it to be so. So what we're going to do is take a look at Monday's games, and we'll go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No games on Monday. That's a good start, isn't it? What about Tuesday? We've got a couple of games from Tuesday. So let's take a look at the data. And it looks like we are heading back to the UAE for some nice weather and hopefully some home wins. Now, this team is 6th, and this is taking place at 3:10 on Tuesday. So 11 games played for the home team. They've won 27% of home games. But if we take a look at the recent form, we should see the stats that we have looked at qualified. So for the away team, they've not won in a long time. But what I will just point out from the first view there is the amount of draws. Now, this game, you might enter a game for a specific market, but you leave kind of wanting another one. I mean, this one just screams BTTS for me. I don't know about you, but just look at the goals that they are conceding. And if we look at their home form, they've only won 3 games. So this away team really is quite terrible. They've conceded 4-3-1, 5-3-1. They've not got a clean sheet to their name away from home. The previous meeting was a 4-1 victory for the home team tomorrow, and they have won the last 4 games against this team, stretching back to 2020. The previous game, as I said, 4-1, 2-1, and 3-0. But it is concerning in terms of the home victory, isn't it, that they have drawn the last 4 games and 6 out of the last 7. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? But they're playing a team that they had the better of in recent times. There's no doubt about that. If we just look at the goals, not many for Hatta away from home. 1.3 score per game. 2.09, which is what we qualified, isn't it? Over 2 goals per game. They scored in every single home game and no clean sheets for the away team. So you would definitely think that the home team are going to at least score in this game. And the question becomes, will they meet their average and score 2? Because if they do, it's really hard to see Hatta getting more than 1 goal. They don't usually do that. And for the odds of a home victory, it is incredibly low. Incredibly low. So let's see what the probability model is actually saying. We know it's over 55%, wasn't it? So 1.32, so it's negative value, this one. So I wouldn't take it personally, but that's not to say it isn't worth an alert. And we will find this now. Full-time result, 1.17. I mean, given that they've drawn so many of their recent games, I think that is terribly, terribly underpriced. I mean, just lack of value all around, to be honest. So let me know if it is 1.5, and then just let me know, and I will investigate the game. Maybe there's been an early goal for Hatta, and as we saw with the fixtures, both teams scoring is not an unusual thing for Al Shara, as a car alarm goes off outside. Let's get back into the data. So there's a game as well on Monday night / Tuesday morning, 1 a.m, depending on where you are in the world. Could very well be on Monday. 1 a.m. GMT. Let me know what you think about that previous game as well in the UAE. What would you be looking at there? And it's important, as I always say, to look at the data first and then check out the odds, because if you look at the odds, you might be swayed to bet on other stuff before even taking a look at the head-to-head or the recent results and whatnot. So here we are in Ecuador, 10 games played for the home team, 11 for the away team. And we'll just check out the results quickly to see if they are in line with what we were filtering for. And we can see, again, this is where you might check a team and say, okay, actually, I want my team to have been in decent form coming into this. And when we look at these teams, the home team anyway has lost the last couple of games. You can eliminate that in quick filters. It takes a couple of seconds to do so. And the home form, you know, they've not played too many games this season. They just make the cut in terms of playing 10, this home team. So this is a fresh league. And this away team, really poor away from home. They've lost all but 1 game. But at home, they are unbeaten with quite a few draws and BTTS in all but 1 game. The scoring has dried up. But for me, again, I know this is a previews and predictions video, but I think one of the most important things I can teach you is when to skip a game, and maybe they haven't played enough. That's the feeling I have. I just don't have enough trust given the sample size. And this team, clearly, they're not a bad team, but they are just failing to replicate their form on the road. We will see what the probability model is saying for this one, 1.48 for a home victory. So the head-to-head looks like this, but as I say, my gut feeling is to skip this game. So let me know what you think about that one. With that, we will go on to Wednesday's games, and we have a game in Hong Kong, top of the table. Kowloon City facing Citizen AA, and we can see by the stat scroller here that the home team has scored in every single home game played, whilst the away team has conceded in every game played away from home. So there is a decent start there in terms of goals. Let's see. This looks like it's been postponed. This comes up if a game was postponed close to kickoff. I'll fix that. And again, we can see a high-scoring team here, and they are in some form, aren't they, in terms of scoring goals as well. They scored 5-1, 2, 5-3, 4-2. Then they lost. Only 2 defeats since the start of the season, so they are in decent form. They are top of the table, of course. Citizen AA, we qualified in terms of goals conceded, didn't we, for the away team in the quick filter, and they do not have a clean sheet away from home, and they come into this having lost the last couple of games, conceding 5 goals. They are capable of getting results away from home, as we've seen. They've got a draw away at 3rd, they got a win away at 4th, but that was earlier in the season when the rankings might not have been as concrete as they are now. Head-to-head belongs to the team that is at home tomorrow. I say tomorrow, this is Wednesday, isn't it now? So I imagine the probability model is also backing them, and it is true, 1.6. Now let's see what the odds are saying, 1.5, so negative value just. Let's have a look at the best odds you're going to get, and at the moment it's only Bet365 that's offering this, so 1.5. Is that worth it? Is it worth a double to you? Let me know in the comments. We will take a look at some of the data points as well, including the home wins. Moderate rain expected as well, in case you wanted to know that, or in case you were planning to go to Hong Kong. No draws at home for them, 2.33 points per game, 13 goal difference compared to 2. I think everybody is expecting them to continue that great form and get a goal here. Again, this one might be one for the alerts. You could potentially use the bet slip generator, as we'll see at the end of the video, to create a double 1.5, maybe combine it with a over 1.5 goals using the probability model again. In terms of BTTS, 80% away from homes for Citizen and 78% for the home team at home. They've scored in every home game, as you would expect, and maybe BTTS and win, or over 2.5, which I feel sometimes is a bit less risk, only because of the times where I've been on BTTS and win, and they win 3-0 or something, you know. But if we look at the results quickly again before we move on to another market, we can see that they do concede, and they have conceded 2 goals in the last 4 home games. So yeah, see what you can find with that. Maybe set some alerts to capture that value in play. And as always, let me know what you're thinking about this game in the comments. Every single comment will be entered into a draw to win a month of OddAlerts Pro, which of course includes the probability model, it includes value bets, it includes setting alerts on live odds, it includes the ability to create quick filters like this, it includes many things. Player foul alerts, which I think will be very useful in the upcoming Euros competition as well. Got some things to release as well around that, very excited about that, so stay tuned. A new players tool coming. I won't say too much because, to be honest, it's not fully built yet. Let's create another quick filter based around, what should we do? That was home wins. I did over 2.5 goals in the previous video, which went well. The double won, and then plenty of the doubles from the bet slip generator won as well. Okay, what I'm going to do is use the planner page for over 1.5 goals. I'm going to show you how you can set alerts on a few games at once. So we'll leave this quick filter, and we are going to create another quick filter. So I will join you in a minute. Shabam! Ah, magic! So this is the planner page. It looks pretty much similar to the front page, doesn't it? Although there is one key difference. It's aimed at setting alerts en masse rather than research and discovery and stuff. So let's say you've got a filter set up, you can just load it quickly. These are ones that people have sent to me. I've got so many because people send me, can you test this? Can you see if you're getting the same results for this? What we're going to do is create one. I'll show you how quickly you can do that. As always, between 10, actually let's say 12 or more, save for both. And this one's going to be really simple. We're just going to rely on the probability model, and we're going to say over 70% for over 1.5 goals, and we hit search. So we get the results, and this is another good advert for quick filters and stuff. You could set alerts on all these games from the main feed. Maybe you could enter these games for over 1.5 goals. Now you've got a game here, 56 minutes. If this gets to 70 minutes, it's still 1-0. Definitely some value there, depending on the timing data. Again, you have to check every game. We've got a game here entering 60 minutes in Japan. Pressure 84 for the away team, second against 6. But let's have a look at Monday's games, shall we? See which games we've got for the probability model. We've got a rivalry here. So over 70%, there's quite a few games. Not too many, but a nice amount. So what we're going to do, got Barcelona, Aston Villa, Liverpool, as you might expect. We are going to hit this button at the top here that says select all. And once it's selected, we then go to the top here and set alert. And we're going to go to the odds. And then we are going to find over 1.5 goals. Let me know if it hits 1.5. We save the alert. And that's it. It's saved for all of these games. Now, that's the chair, by the way. I didn't just fart. I don't know it might sound like that. Maybe it didn't pick it up, and now I'm just talking about farting on a football video. Anyway, that's how you set alerts en masse easily. Pretty quickly to do, isn't it? Quickly? It's pretty quick to do. I am working on improving it. So if we just go to the new app, which is being beta tested by pro users. If you're a pro user, you can test this new app. You've got the probability page, which is the new value bets hub, the new way to find value bets to test profit. You can adjust your settings here. This is available for pro users right now, and you get a feed and you can just check out all of the markets. The bet slip generator will be coming to pro users, I hope, this week or next week. Late this week, I would think, maybe, or early next week. There's still some things to do, and I'm hoping to have them done in the next couple of days. Just some little things, including the ability to add to bet tracking instantly, so you can track these bet slips. We'll use the bet slip generator again, and we will actually combine the two markets that we've looked at. So we're going to say over 1.5 goals, 70%, and let's put this to 1.8. We'll go for target odds of 2, and again 2, so it's doubles that we're looking at here, and then we will get bet slips. So I've generated some bet slips, but I'm recording this on Sunday, and it's showing me games for Sunday, so it's kind of pointless. There's some games for Monday here, but I need to build in the ability to select the dates, or select, the ability to say, I don't want games from today, only tomorrow, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. And that's one of the things that people have asked for. I want to be able to add automation into this. So if you have some settings and you like those settings, they're working for you, then every day, as part of the sort of daily digest and update to that, I want to be able to show you your bet slips, send them to you, or just give you a notification that says your bet slips are ready, they've been generated. Now again, I want to be careful with that. I don't want to push people to be placing bets that they wouldn't have, you know what I mean? I never ever tell you to make a bet on the website. There's never any banner ads or anything that forces you down a certain path compared to other sites. I mean, if I just say ACCA tips, right, and go on to like the first link, it's going to be horrendous. I'll open it. It's not even loading. It's taking that long because there's all JavaScript and everything. Hey, mega accumulator tips. Okay, that's, yep. And then you've got the returns. You've got bet here, claim this bonus. You know what I mean? The best way for me to show you sometimes what I'm trying to do is to show you what I really am not trying to do. This is horrible to me. I will never ever go down this route. Okay. So that's why it takes time to develop. That's why I try and make sure everything is right. And I'm always thinking about you, the user. because you shouldn't be, chasing the odds. If you're putting money on that you can't afford to lose, don't do that. Stop. Try and, gamble responsibly, of course. Get a system in place. Use bet tracking on OddAlerts, or just set up a spreadsheet on your own if you want. You will find that if you take that approach and you become more disciplined and you prepare more and you just think about it a little bit differently. Sometimes it's just a mindset shift, really, from somebody that just casually threw away 20, 30 quid a weekend. It depends what you're in it for. If you're in it for fun and you are having fun and it is casual, I'm not preaching to you, obviously, but if you want to take things a bit more seriously, I would suggest bet tracking, value betting, and testing. All the data is there on OddAlerts. You can download the probability model output from the past 2 years, from 2022 right to the current day, and you can quickly find profitability in every market that is available to you. So with that, I'm going to leave you with some trends pages. This has been quite a long video, but I enjoyed the last video, looking at trends and just seeing what was what. The only thing is, it's a bit weird now because I'm recording on Sunday. I mean, if you look at this, home wins, it's showing me all games for Sunday. And again, this is why I need to work on being able to select the dates here. So the new trends page, which will again be part of the new app, will be able to do that. It will let you do that. And again, automation, being able to send you the trends when they're updated, or hey, this is a game you might like, that sort of thing. That's going to be a big part of the new app, automation and customization as well on the alerts that you do get. So let's try and find some. There's the car alarm again. So over 2.5 goals recording on Sunday. That's why you see a lot of games in play, or for Sunday. Wednesday, we've got a few Japanese games here actually. We've got Tottenham, who are hosting Man City on Tuesday night. Tottenham, I might do a separate video about that. Maybe do some shorts on that as well. I don't want to get sort of mixed up with the algorithm. I have no idea what YouTube thinks my content is, because every time I try and post like a video of me just talking about football, it gets like 50 views. But if I talk about predictions and betting tips, it's like, take some views. It's strange, but I would like to do videos where I just talk about football within the context of data, of course. Tottenham City, what do you think about that one? Will there be goals? Any comment, of course, is going to be entered into a draw to win a month of OddAlerts Pro. And with that said, here's the previous winner. Here's the winner from the previous video. Well done to you, and enjoy the Pro. I'll be in touch, or I'll comment on that comment, and then you have to get in touch with me, okay? There's also a few games here from Japan. Sporting Cristal we looked at, didn't we? But there was a strong away team. That's on Monday night. A strong home team with a decent defense. Conceded 0. So yeah, I wouldn't touch that one. Tokyo 6 out of 6. They're playing away from home, as are Yokohama, both 6 out of 6 and 2.25 here. So I mean, a 1.5 goals double might be okay for that one. Sometimes if you see an over 2.5 goals at high odds, you might take a look at over 1.5 goals. 0.57 for this Japanese team at home. Nagoya passed through there actually on the train recently. Failed to score in 71% of home games, so their home fans are not having a great time in this season so far. 6 games played. Tokyo away from home, they've seen it in every game. So how will that one go? A very poor home team against Tokyo, who are seeing goals in their games for sure. Yokohama, who had a very good season last season, they've seen 3.5 goals in their away games, failed to score in 0. But look at that, the home team there, over 2.5 goals in 29%, but over 1.5 goals in 71. So that's sometimes why, even though you land on a game from the over 2.5 goals trends page, you can take it down a notch, you know what I mean, and just maybe explore over 1.5 goals. That's been the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you've got any suggestions for me as well on, OddAlerts, of course, but also what sort of content you want me to do. If you like these ones where I look at the trends pages, if you want me to do more with the bet slip generator once there's some more features in there, I'm happy to do that. Do you want to see more player stats and stuff? I can take a look at that as well. Player props. As I said, I've got something cooking for the Euros, which I hope to announce soon. So, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.